Hi, this is Tuck. Just going to give you an update on my Dragunity deck. It was Dragunity redeyes last time. I've sort of made more of a Pulsar combo. So basically this deck is now based getting out 8-star synchros and the redeyes Pulsar combo. So start off, unlock all those 8s is 3 phalanx and 3 ducks. Redeyes works with the Dragunity series and also 2 Pulsar. I found 3 was too much. If you draw into too many big monsters, you literally can't do anything. 2 malicious. That way it unlocks an extra 8-star synchro if you need, or you can always use it as a tribute. Same thing with Zephyros. You can use Ravine twice. A lot of the trap cards and spell cards in here become dead after a while. Zephyros bounce them back to your hand, things like Call of Haunted, and you can reuse them again. So anyway, moving on, we got 2 Hanzo. This is a card that a guy called Vetus showed to me. You find him on Dueling Network. It's really a plus situation. Makes your opponent think, or just set cards. You just go up and up. He searches out for Pulsar, redeyes. Worst comes to worst, you can always get your phalanx as well. So it's another way to search out that Dragunity side. Another guy he searches out is Horus. He destroys the monster by battle, evolves into this guy, negates all spell cards. And I use Dragon Ravine heavily with this, and you can really catch your opponent off guard, and locking down spell cards in many decks will pretty much end them. Even this deck is twice as many spells as traps. So last up, I use Morphing Jar as a bit of a tech card. Really is because it's highly graveyard orientated. I find most opponents don't expect a Morphing Jar, catch them off guard, and then in the second duel you can always side it out if you have to use it anyway. So that is the monster setup, and as you can see they all sort of work in synergy with each other. So that's why I think this deck is so effective. Actually went in a tournament today and got the W as well, which is good. Moving on to spell cards, 3 Ravine and 3 Terraforming. A lot of people, weakness of Ravine is MST. Nobody runs it these days. By the time that they get to put it in, you've already got Stardust out, and it feeds your redeyes Pulsar combo. It searches out that 8-star synchro, so speeds the deck up 110%. Another searcher, that's just for Hanzo. It's the only target I do, just thin out that deck a bit. And double summon. Hanzo's biggest weakness is cards that destroy by effects, because then you can't use his OP combo. So I go double summon, Hanzo, Stardust, and first turn, big setup. Future Fusion. Target Future Fusion for me at the moment is only 5 God. You send all those juicy cards that you need to the graveyard. So your I usually go 2 phalanx, just because if people go DD Crow, you've got your redeyes Pulsar set up, and Horus if you need him. So Monster Reborn with Future Fusion, ridiculous. Staple in any deck, but twice as awesome in this deck, as you've got that redeyes combo. Foolish Burial, usually target for Malicious or Zephyros. You can bounce, reuse Ravine or Trap card, like I said, or 8-star Synchro. Worst case scenario, Phalanx, so you can get to that 8-star Synchro in first turn. Miracle Synchro Fusion. I haven't ever seen anybody else use this, but awesome card in this sort of deck. If it's destroyed while it's set on the field by your opponent's card effects, you get to draw a card, so it's always going to be +1 on your opponent. Other effects is you can banish from your side of the field or your graveyard fusion material monsters on a fusion monster that include a synchro monster. So my target for that is this guy. His name is Dragon Knight Draco Exquite, however you say that. Anyway, he's a 3/2 stick. His materials is a dragon type synchro monster and a warrior. But I'll show you who I use for that a little bit later, why it works so well in the deck. 2 Forbidden Lance. If you go Dragunity side, go Stardust. It protects him. 2/5 is not strong enough for a Stardust. People beat over him. Hanzo, you transform. People try and banish a Pulsar by getting out that back, taking that back row out. Drop a Lance on it, he's safe. Dark Hole, once again, works with the Pulsar. Heavy Storm, gets through a back row. And Pot of Avarice, even if I draw into this first hand, I don't really mind, because I sink twice with Dragunities and I'm ready to use it straight away. So, fantastic card in this deck. Moving on to Traps, Mirror Force for destruction. Back row, get that out the Stardust, can be a headache for your opponent. With ninjas, broken. I only run 2, and that's why I run the Searcher, because I tend to try and thin out that deck. Once I've used it, don't really want it again. If you're relying on your ninjas more than once per duel, then you're probably not running the best deck. That's in my opinion, at least. Anyway, Dragon Ravine, called the Haunted. Even if it's a set card, they MST back row, activate for Pulsar, goes to the graveyard, gets out one of your targets. So, and also works on Dragunity side. If you get effect valid, something like that, you can always call back that phalanx that you've thrown anyway, and continue series. Like I said, this deck is 8-star based, so I've only got 3 6-star synchros. Vajrayana, gateway to the 8s. I say 3. I've got Galberg in the moment, only because I don't have a second Colossal Fighter. So I run 2 Colossal Fighters. I find one usually gets killed by an effect, but once I manipulate the field, get out the second one, it's just about over. So, and also searches out your Henzos in graveyard, powers up, etc. So that's the first 8 stars. If you do draw into that field card, the transformation, you got him set, and you can special out Hanzo, that can be game changing. Obviously, Stardust 2. Scrap Dragon. I have looked at the rulings. His effect does work with Pulsar. So if you get Pulsar on the field, sink to Scrap Dragon, pop Pulsar to get out Redeyes, which gets you out another Pulsar anyway. Awesome combo. So his effect ends out being special summon Redeyes and destroy a card your opponent controls. So ridiculous. Thought Ruler. Thinking about putting in a second one. Dimensional Prism, Compulse, all those sorts of cards are giving me a couple of headaches. So I'm looking to use Thought Ruler in that. Also, if I side in Warnings, something like that, he gives me a little bit more life point. People can't OTK if you use him. Tour Guide, Delivia, you attack with him, all of a sudden life points are 10-5, and that pretty much ends the game. It makes it hard to OTK, sorry. Dark End Dragon. Only Malicious gets this guy out, but can be useful against like a Zen Mines or something. Just in there, because I can use Redeyes with him. He's also a target for Pulsar, and so is this guy, a target for Pulsar. Red Dragon Archfiend, Dragunity combo for him, so it works on both sides again. I also use his effects. I don't attack with Pulsar, which gets out Redeyes, which gets out Pulsar again. I can release out the field. People go defensive, take out the whole row, and Gravekeepers. Anyway, so that's the 8-star synchros. Like I said, Future Fusion, that's my 14th and 15th. This guy's other effect is that you can banish in graveyard a synchro monster to have a gainless effect. So if you go Scrap Dragon and pop himself to pop a card, then you use Miracle Synchro Fusion, get him out, banish Scrap Dragon to pop another one. Can work out very favourably. And it's never not really a waste, because you don't really need Vajrayana in the graveyard, so it's just really food for him. He's a 3/2 stick and a really cool card. Sorry, last one I didn't pull out was Trident Dragon. I don't really use him too much. I used him in my last deck, plenty of OTKs with him, in this deck, I found I was drawing into too many big guys, so I took out that red Armor Levitain or whatever his name is. So yeah, that's about it. Anyway, that's my deck since the latest ban list. Changes I'm thinking about making. I want to take out Dark End Dragon, and I want to take out Trident. And as soon as that next booster box comes out, he's going to be Heretic Dragon of Autumn, and this is going to be that cannon guy. And all of a sudden I can do, with those two in there, I can do the same Heretic combo as the Heretics do, except for instead of the Piercing overlay, I go to Scrap Dragon, which destroys Pulsar, which gets out Redeyes, which gets out Pulsar again. So, fantastic future, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time.